Bermuda Triangle.
Hello, Rob.
Nice, Rob. Welcome back. Welcome back, baby.
Hello, I'm not dead.
Yet.
Which brings us to our topic at hand, actually. So, the guys and I were talking before the show here, and we're talking about this article that we'd read from The Hill, also by other sources as well, too. But the gist of it is that humans nowadays, they think, after having tested out different stressors and iPhone apps and stuff like that, that humans are actually capable of living to 120 to 150 years old. So with that, want to get Kevin's thoughts on, one, how old will you live to now that you know that you can do this? And two, what about your life will change?
Well, let's see. I mean, I'm a booze boy. Can I drink as much booze as I want and still live to 150?
It might be closer to 130, but I think you're up there.
So you're saying I can live for a century no matter what?
Definitely, yes.
Is that what the article stated?
Take it to the bank.
Dude, 100 years old of fucking Tito's.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
From Terramana.
Terramana. Oh, yeah. Shout out to The Rock. Terramana Tequila. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, might as well crack open
Speaking of, yeah. By the way, got The Rock's energy drink, Zoa. I haven't had an energy drink in about 12 years, so... yeah, speaking of living and dying, I might die in 4 to 6 hours.
There's a lot of caffeine in that bad boy.
Heart just explodes on live television.
Yeah.
Yo, that's delicious.
It's pretty good, right?
It tastes like a high C.
Yeah, I'm drinking an energy drink too.
Yo, I'm telling you, this is going to take me to 150.
To 150.
Thank you, Rock.
Yeah, thank you, Rock, for making me live till 150 years old.
Thank you, Mr. The Rock.
Mr. The Rock, thank you so much for, yes.
Yeah, so what do you think would happen, though, Kev? Do you think that you would change anything about your life? Would you, now that you're equipped with the fact that you, in fact, are living to $130, what changes? Do you just stay the course? Do you try and extend it to 150?
Yeah, maybe I'd turn back the clock a little bit, because maybe I'd go back to like some frat parties and stuff, because in the grand scheme of things, if we're living to 150 now, maybe I'm, 35 isn't so old, is it? I'm almost halfway there. I feel like if I make it to 60, that's amazing. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying like now in your 30s you'll go to frat parties. I thought you meant
sounds so pathetic.
I thought you meant when you're like if you're trying to get to 150, you'll be at 130, and you're like, yeah, I think I might go to a frat party. I'm like, that's like an 80-year-old going to a frat party.
Yeah, and I'm taking it back too, because I don't want to go to frat parties. Even if I found out I could live to 150, that would be so lame.
You ever see that gif of like Steve Buscemi, like where he's like, "Hello, fellow kids," and he's like fucking 50 years old, like with a backpack in school. That's like Kev at the frat party.
I feel like you get into a fight at the frat party.
Yeah,
at some point you'd get into a fight. You'd get charged with assault, and I mean, dude, like when you're found guilty in prison, sometimes it's like I sentence you to 350 years or whatever. Like nowadays you can get really screwed. Where it's like
real long.
I'm sentencing you to 85 years. Just like, fuck, I'll still be alive. God damn it. Oh,
I think my answer about the frat party is the worst answer I've had on this entire podcast.
It is up there.
Well, so can we live a longer quality of life? Because, people are usually, they're ready to hang it up by 75, 80, usually.
So I think it quite literally is like extrapolating 30 to 100, so you will have lived 30% of your life at the time that you are, so what would that be? So let's just do the quick math there. You're living to 150 by 0.3.
I can do it in my head.
Your 30 would be the new 45.
Yes.
What about you, James? What happens in your life?
So I'm living to 150. Doesn't mean I'm guaranteed. I can still die. It's not like I'm immortal, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, God, because I was going to say I can get on some crazy shit. God, you just have plenty. You have so much fucking time, right? So, oh God.
I could just see it like you're saying, you're getting so much crazy shit, and then like it's only at the point when you do something stupid and you die at like 34 that like God's like, dude, like Just relax. You could have lived to 150. Like, why'd you fucking do that? You were guaranteed 150, and you still jumped off that fucking building without any sort of parachute or anything.
Well, I mean, but in that case, aren't I in heaven at that point if God's talking to me? Or is he going to shame me for like, oh, no, you're going to be in purgatory now?
I don't know. Kev is pretty tapped into God, so I'll defer to him.
What do you think?
I think you're in purgatory for a very long time.
Oh,
whoa, for like the remaining 85 years?
Yeah. So it's like prison. Like I'm purgatory prison. Just because I was like, oh. So hold on, did I jump off the building because I thought I was immortal?
Yeah.
Sounds like you had like some Groundhog Day complex, thinking you'd be fine. So far, no good.
So far, it sounds like we've squandered.
What about you, Rob? Would you do it?
So I feel like I don't, like, you know how people say they treat their body like a temple?
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that.
Right.
So I feel like I would like I'd die at like 60, but I would be like a ghost. So similar kind of prison. Yeah, I'd be like in a ghost form, and I'd be seeing everyone, not you guys, because you're all fucking morons and did stupid shit and all that, but you could everyone else.
You could visit.
Yeah, it sounds like we're kind of on the same trajectory, Rob. I don't know about the ghost thing for me, but we both live hard.
Well, all right. So you're gonna be a ghost and chilling around.
I think that would be my penance, right? Because I don't think I've lived the best, like the most altruistic life. I should have done. I would have done. Could have been better, right? There are pieces. There's room for improvement. So I feel like I'd be like, I'd have to wait and watch the world passing by, and all our friends living to like 140, 150. And they're just like, oh, we're having so much fun. Like, this is way better, than when Rob was alive. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker.
every day you're hearing that. God, my God, thank God Rob's gone, right? Yeah, what a buzzkill. He did not treat his body like a temple.
Why do we always do this? Why do we go to worst case scenarios? Why couldn't we think of something nice?
Hate ourselves.
Couldn't we have easily just been like,
hey, we're going to party and like have so much fun with friends for 150 years.
We live 150 years. Great 150 years.
But you know what? That's boring, though. Nobody wants to listen to people talk about how lovely life is. People want to listen to us and be like, oh, you know what? I am better than these three combined. Yeah. We do a service.
I want to talk about overpopulation. Like, if everybody's living to 150 years,
that's
a problem.
God.
That's a really good point.
Everybody's going to have like 30 kids, and that's not okay.
Yeah, that's an important question. Even if we could live to 150, do we want to? I want to, because I want to see where life is going to be. Now, realistically, I think in 120 years we might be pretty fucked. But movies and video games could be really cool. 5-year-old Jimmy, come back, Jesus.
Do you think like maybe it'd be this futuristic state in which the government allots a family a certain number of years? So every family gets like 372 years or something, and you're dependent upon, mom, dad, kids.
So say there's a family of 4, right? 2 parents, 2 kids. The combined years they're allowed to live is like 360 something years.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be
365 years.
Oh, that would be
just like the days.
So that would cut down on people wanting to have kids, right?
That's smart. There need to be some sort of law like that implemented. Otherwise,
that would be that's kind of sick actually, because there'd be some fucking kids in their like 20s that are like, oh, I'm gonna live forever, and boom.
Yeah.
But then they'd be like beholden to their mommy and daddy. And it's like, Mom, Dad, you guys better drop dead. Others, I'm gonna put you in the ground because you're robbing me of years.
Yikes! This is like some very dystopian shit.
This is like a Black Mirror episode. I mean, I just want to meet. I just want to have a sit down with the kid, the homicidal child, who's just like, "Mommy, Daddy, you need to die soon." Like, holy shit!
Yeah, I wouldn't have that kid. I would pull the plug on even having and procreating if that was the case. I'd take all the years for myself, have a great time.
Yeah, it would be a war zone. It would be a fucking war zone. It would be like the Purge. People trying to get more years.
Yeah, that would be horrible. Like if you could live to 150, but like across your whole family is only like 365 years. again, went to a really, as you said, Kev, a dystopian
Jesus.
sort of place. Let's try to have a positive spin on this. Like, maybe, with that, you could, living up to 150 years old, you could allocate a certain number of years towards, fucking doing some good shit for people. Like building keep Jimmy Carter alive. That motherfucker keeps making homes for people. Keep him alive.
Oh.
Habitat for Humanity for fucking ever.
Think how good people can get at playing the piano.
Bocce, maybe.
It'd be much better at
bocce.
yeah.
Shuffleboard.
Yeah, but also, I mean, who knows? Maybe if people are living longer, maybe we'll find answers to all the problems: climate change, overpopulation, and
all that shit.
At that point, I mean, dude, if we live to 150, there's a good chance we'll be going to space.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say Spain, and I was like, why would that be required?
Guys, we could finally go to Spain.
Maybe Jimmy will finally get a passport when he's 100 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, we can go to...
You can finally go to Spain. I was like, what?
Yeah,
it's
so
space.
hard to get to Spain, guys. You have to go on a plane, then a couple boats, and then go through scuba dive through a cave, and then all of a sudden the underground city of Spain.
I don't think Jimmy knows where Spain is.
I know Jimmy doesn't know where Spain is.
Dude, how fun would that be? We could be doing episode, I don't know, 20,000 from the moon.
It would be mandatory that we record a Bermuda Triangle podcast every week for the next 120 years.
Yeah. And we still only have 20 subscribers. When people are in their 90s or barely moving around, they need help, are we just going to be fucking old sacks of shit at 125? I feel like we're not even going to be able to move around.
Right.
What if you were? What would you do? But you were still you had 150 and you were just this old bag of beans that just keeps degrading year after year.
I would go around scaring the shit out of people. It's just I feel like at this point my skin will just be kind of sagging and falling off. I feel like I just
how old are you at this point? 42.
Yeah, no, I would go straight to Blumhouse and be like, hey, I've got the new big movie villain for you, the slasher villain. It'd just be just 125-year-old Jimmy. Yeah, it's like old Jim, just skin falling off and
they'll save a fortune not having to pay special effects makeup artists.
Yeah. And in fact, I'll do it for free. I don't even need money because I'm 125 and I'm.
Why would you do that? They'll probably pay you.
Save it for the important people, not the old fucking nightmare.
Wow, so this isn't looking good, guys. Rob, did we even finish with it? You just would be a ghost at 60?
He's a ghost. Yeah. Rob ain't making it.
I just feel like I'd be the exception and not the rule. So they'd be like, everyone's supposed to live to 150. Had this motherfucker die at 40. And then I would be sentenced to watching everyone else have fun into perpetuity. Well, basically perpetuity. Because it's 4x however long I lived, which is kind of bullshit in the grand scheme of things. But let's just assume I did live. I think I would invest in robot legs.
Fuck.
Right? Robot stuff. I would integrate. I'd become a machine.
As usual, Rob coming in with a smart answer. Oh my god, so you're going to be walking around with fucking robot arms, robot legs. Yeah. Hello, Jimmy. Good to see you. Just me. No, Rob. Fucking skin falling off, teeth falling, my tongue is slowly falling out of my mouth. Jesus.
You should have invested in GameStop.
Yeah.
Damn, Cyber Rob.
Dogecoin.
Cyber Rob would be fucking scary.
Holy shit.
The millions that I will take a cut from these Blumhouse movies because they're going to make 10 old Jim.
Old Jim.
Jesus, they can't kill this fucking guy?
But, why would people be afraid of you? But it sounds like you move slow. You sound like you move slow. I would just, lock my door and put on noise-canceling headphones and be like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, maybe I have, a gun. Maybe I have, a... Yeah, old Jim has 2 Uzis, and he's just fucking going around. Really bad aim.
It's like a bunch of school children crossing the road.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus. Old Jim.
It's old Jim. Old Jim is dead.
So I think to sum everything up, this is not a good idea for people to live to 150.
Hey, fuck you, dude. You just came up with a great cinematic character that's gonna inspire creative people for the rest of time. But sure, probably a bad idea.
Will you guys? I mean, will your series get shorted, Jim? So like it would be like, you know how like it's like F9 for Fast and Furious 9 would be like OJ10.
OJ10, yeah.
Yeah, you see OJ7? No, I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, why do they keep making them? The first one only made $20.
Good ideas are hard to come by.
Good ideas are hard to come by. People are like live until 150. Then it's like, all right, how about a fucking old guy, skin sagging off, and he's got, I don't know, 2 Uzis. Boom.
Dude, that would be something. Like instead of like people, I feel like they're putting this on a pedestal, but they're not taking into account like what little OJ will look like back, then, right? They could be little OJ.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
And there'll also be a prequel. Like maybe come to the 12th one, it'll be a prequel, like Young Jim.
Oh, I think it's probably for the best.
Young little OJ.
That's the sound of. Ugh. You're like, the last thing we need is more old Jim. Last thing we need is to expand his character, develop his character. Ugh.
Get lost, get lost, get lost, get lost, get lost in the Bermuda Triangle.